Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today for my first ever Market Open live stream. I want to begin today with a little bit of a review of what happened last week. The big market news last week was, of course, the Fed meeting. The markets, including crypto, enjoyed a nice move to the upside as Chairman Powell came out with dovish remarks on the likelihood that a tapering of the purchase of U.S. Treasury bills would begin later this year. With this news, the S&P 500 hit fresh record high along with its first close above 4,500. And in the bond market, the yield on the 10-year fell 30 basis points to 1.3%. And it is worth noting that while a tapering is likely to happen this year, it's unlikely that the Fed will choose to raise interest rates this year. Some other news that happened last week, some big news, was Peloton. Peloton fell as much as 15% after a huge earnings miss. It cited a loss of $1.05 versus the 45-cent expected loss. Peloton's been hit hard, and growth in Peloton has tapered off quite a bit after having to recall its Tread and Tread Plus treadmill products in May, along with a subpoena from the DOJ and DHS over um, treadmill product related injuries. Some other news was Affirm, the company with the buy now pay the buy now pay later service. Affirm spiked as much as 48% after hours Friday, and then settled to just a 33% gain. And all of this happened after Affirm announced a partnership with Amazon. This partnership will allow Amazon shoppers to split purchases of $50 or more into smaller monthly increments, interest free. Uh, some other news. What else happened last week? Something else that happened was Wall Street Bets traders had their latest victory after successfully triggering a short squeeze, sending shares of Support.com skyrocketing. Uh, Support.com rocketed it up 203% on Friday, and before settling down and closing up 34% for the day. Okay, so there's some of what happened last week. Uh, Opening bells in about a minute. We don't want to miss that. But let's run over. Let's catch up on some of our COVID stats. Let's see where we are in the world with that. So here we can see our statistics for the new cases and deaths of COVID. Uh, you can see a bit of a fall off on the weekends, but it's still a slow increase. Last Friday, we had a report of 192,000 new cases. Our 7-day moving average is 155,000. That's just compared to the beginning of the month. The 7-day moving average was 85,000. So that's a big increase in the number of cases. It's not too good. Let's run over to CNBC, catch the market, the opening bell.
Fierce launch cadence for
All right.
SpaceX with Starlink on top of everything else
Apple
they've
up a
been
little
doing.
bit.
Worth noting though, and this came up last week with Gwen Shotwell at the Space
US futures
Symposium,
looking
that
good.
like some other names within
All
the
right,
launch
here we go.
services, the
Opening
rocket
bell.
industry right now are facing liquid oxygen shortages.
Look at all that green.
Oh,
Look at that green.
Behind the valve and a market check.
Come on, green.
We've got plenty of time to talk about a lot more things. Here at the opening bell. Take a look at the
There we go. There's the green we want to see. Look at that.
Here at the big board, by the way, that was Chemed Corporation.
Looking good. Looking good.
The Nasdaq Reservoir Media, the first female.
All right, let's pull off of this. Let's check out some of our stocks on the watch list. And by the way, give me a comment down below. What do you want to see from this? This is again my first ever market live stream. If I didn't say that already, I just want to provide as much value for you guys as possible. So let me know what you want to see, what stocks you want to cover. If you want to cover stocks, crypto, all of that, let me know down in the comments below. And if you're here this early, I mean I only have 300 subs right now, so thrilled that any of you are here. So hit that subscribe button, Thank you so much. It really does. I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's run over. Let's check out some of our watch list. Okay, so how's our watch list doing? Oh my goodness! So we see the Affirm's up to 43%. They're having a great change from the weekend. Let's check out Affirm in more detail. Wow, Affirm $96. Wow. You can you can see just back on the 27th, 3 days ago, it had a low of 66. This is just insane for an Affirm. Let's go to the minute chart. Wow. Just giant moves. Wow. Excellent for Affirm. Skills up 3%. Workhorse Group up. Squares up. Everything moving nicely to the upside. What our big losers in our watch list are what? Uh, Hut Mining is down 4% today. Hut moved quite a bit to the upside though, so it's just losing some of its gains it saw. Yeah, here we can see. Let's go to the 30-minute chart for Hut. Climbed quite a bit, so it just lost a little bit of its gains. Hut's still seeing some strong growth. Some other losers. Cardano is slipping a little bit to 275. You know, Cardano's been up to as much as, you know, almost $3. Almost $3. You know, it's slipping a little bit. You know, I really wouldn't mind Cardano coming down to the 250 range a little bit more. Uh, its smart contract is supposed to go live, I believe, September 12th. So a couple weeks away, maybe just 1.5 weeks away. So that's really exciting. Really excited to see that. Let's move back over to CNBC, see what they're saying about the day.
And even as we have conversations about port shut-ins and supply chain bottlenecks and everything else that are affecting the world.
Yeah.
Supply
other names
chain.
we're watching this morning include Affirm. Affirm Holdings up over 40%.
Affirm up 40% from
This
their
on
Amazon
news
deal.
that it may be included on the Amazon platform as a way for people to buy over time.
Buy now, pay later.
Yeah.
Purchases over $50.
Yep.
I mean, certainly makes a lot of sense, right?
Yep.
And speaks to, I think, a bigger, broader, huge growth opportunity from an investor standpoint.
Amazon staying relatively flat, but Affirm just skyrocketing on that news.
Targeting this area and what it's going to mean also for like credit card companies and some of the other more traditional financial services names, and also
Very
where you
interesting.
potentially start to see some of these names
All right.
in play.
Well, we beat them to it. We've already seen this. Let's
I mean, for one thing,
let's check out the Wall Street Journal. What's the big headline over there?
The power of just being included on that checkout screen, presumably for Amazon, but also.
All right, over here on the Wall Street Journal, Hurricane Ida. Ida batters Louisiana, leaving New Orleans without power. This storm is the region's most severe since Hurricane Katrina 16 years ago. Yep, that's definitely not good. Thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in that area. For the economy, it says the Fed faces new challenges, spelling out employment goals. COVID-19 pandemic has complicated the Fed's task of determining whether the economy is at a maximum employment and when to raise interest rates. Yeah, just last week when the Chairman Powell was talking, he said the tapering and the raising of interest rates have very different things are needed for both to happen. And he like I said in the intro, a tapering is likely to begin, but raising interest rates are going to be held off for quite a while. We have our jobs report coming out. When our jobs reports coming out? Excuse me. When's our next jobs report coming out? The jobs report comes out September 3rd. So in a few days we'll get that data, and that will give us, well, it won't give us insight to what Pal's thinking, but we expect to have really good job report numbers. And the CPI data, the Consumer Price Index data, is going to come out September 14th. So that will give us a good, well, that will show us a little bit more about inflation and where we're at with all of that. Okay, let's check out the Kryptos stuff a little bit. Move on over. So here we are. We're on Coin Market Cap. We see the crypto market. It's down about a percent and a half. Still, the total market cap still a bit over 2 trillion. Bitcoin, it's struggled. It touched 50,000 last week, but it hasn't been able to maintain and pass that. It's floating around the 47,000 mark, 40, 47, 48, 46, right in there. Ethereum, the same, hasn't seen much of a breakout. It's been floating in the low 3,000s for the last couple of weeks. Cardano, we just talked about, it's at 275. Cardano, I personally did buy a little bit more Cardano for the smart contracts coming out September 12th. Just as a trade, I bought it around the $2 mark, and I'm hoping that we'll see some big gains and I can make a quick profit from it. I think the big news in the crypto space is definitely Solana. Solana is skyrocketing. It went above $100 briefly. It's a little bit below now, but wow, it's moved all the way up to number 8, the number 8 spot in coin market cap, just at 29 billion. Wow. Excellent for them. Wow. Let's head back over to CNBC, see what they're saying.
As well. Another group to keep an eye on is going to be your insurers, which are under pressure today. You saw many of those names actually close the week last week, despite the coming hurricane and how quickly it was intensifying. You actually saw them close higher today. They're under a little bit of pressure.
Crude oil prices down
You're
0.5%.
starting to see, and we'll get more detail around this as the days go on and the weeks go on. You start to see more claims, more assessment of damages.
These tropical storms
you're starting
are
to see some of those risk modeling
really
estimates
gnarly
out there that this could be $20 billion, give or take, depending on some of the numbers that are being reported in the last 24 hours in terms of insured losses. It's the names that you would expect that could, potentially have the most exposure. It's names like Travelers or Chubb or Allstate, Progressive, the Hartford.
interesting.
On down the line, reinsurance names as well. And most of those are trading in the red, albeit pretty modestly, given the fact this was a Category 4 storm that barreled into the Gulf over the weekend. But compared to Hurricane Katrina, for example, 16 years ago, yesterday, where the levees gave way and we saw hundreds of billions of dollars worth of total economic
let's pull
damage,
off that.
And large numbers. I think some of the largest.
Okay. Let's go back over to Weeble. Looking at our watch list again, Apple up 0.1%. Just Affirm. I mean, Affirm's just wrecking it. Excellent. Our friend Meet Kevin, he just bought $500,000 worth of Affirm. I'm not sure what price he bought it in, but I hope he's killing it. Etsy up a little bit. I am concerned about the Chinese stocks. They're going to be way down. Let's look at BABA. BABA is in the touching 160. Just look at the day chart on BABA. I promise with more time I'll get better and better at making these charts. But just look at this down. This is not good looking. It was at 230 just a couple months ago, and it's fallen all the way down to 160. Kathy Wood just has said that she still likes the Chinese stocks and is just buying more. She keeps buying and buying. Let's check out Palantir. Palantir is one of my favorites. Palantir having some great moves to the upside. 26.31. I love seeing that. Palantir was again at a high around a couple months ago, June 30th, then fell off all the way down to a 2055. That's quite a big loss, but it's climbing back up, climbing back up. Something interesting about Palantir, they just made that $50 million purchase with gold bars. And, and when Palantir does something like that, it's always interesting since they are they work so much with the government. They have, they're basically a big data analytics company. Uh, and also there is, in the Bitcoin charts, there is a huge like $1 billion purchase of Bitcoin. And you gotta wonder if it comes out later this month that Palantir did that, the what's going to happen to the price of Bitcoin? That would be, and what would happen to the price of Palantir? That would be pretty exciting to watch. Wow. I hope Palantir runs up more. I do have a call option out on Palantir that expires early January, so I still have some time, but would love to see as much tendies printed as possible. And let's check out our heat map. Okay. What's our index chart for the day? No big move. No big moves. Our heat map shows BABA as a big loser. This is just for the watch list. Again, if you want to see any stocks added to the watch list, just comment down below what you want added, what you want talked about, all of that. And, and on that note, again, I think we're gonna wrap up here for the first of my market opening coverages. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Let me know everything you want to see down in the comments below. Let me know how the setup is, if all the transitions are working properly, if you can hear me just fine, all that. Thank you so much for being here with me so early on my journey. Really appreciate it. I'll try to make my coverage smoother and better. I want to improve. Again, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Everybody have a great day. Bye bye for now.